A very good afternoon to you. This is the news update on Dominion Television, Ibadan. I am Olusegun Fawole. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed security agencies to bring back all the people in the custody of abductors without further delay. The president, in a statement by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, charged security operatives to intensify operations to secure the release of the remaining students and their teachers who are still being held by bandits. The president assured affected families that both the federal government and the Niger State government are working closely to bring home every abducted child. The president also said his administration was taking further actions to secure schools across the country, stressing that learning institutions must never again become soft targets for terrorists. The federal government has outlawed the use of physical cash for the payment of revenue and directed ministries, departments, and agencies to install point-of-sale terminals within 45 days. The directive formed part of 4 Treasury circulars issued by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, where the Accountant General, Shamsuddin Ogunjimi, said all payments to the federal government must now be made electronically and routed through channels approved by the Treasury. It said physical cash collection violated extant policies and weakens the integrity of federal government e-collection and e-payment systems. The circular then directed all MDAs and federal government-owned enterprises to immediately sensitize staff and the public on the ban, adding that any MDA currently collecting cash must, within 45 days, deploy functional POS terminals or other approved electronic devices at all locations. The federal government has ordered ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, to carry over 70% of the 2025 capital budget into the 2026 fiscal year as the administration moves to prioritize the completion of existing projects and contain spending pressures in the face of weak revenues. This directive is contained in the 2026 abridged budget call circular issued by the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning and circulated to all ministers, service chiefs, heads of agencies, and top government officials in Abuja that the annual budget estimates must follow strict guidelines and that all officers responsible for budget preparation were expected to comply fully. It listed the priorities that align with the policy direction of the government, such as national security, the economy, education, health, agriculture, infrastructure, power and energy, as well as social safety nets, including women and youth empowerment. Nigerians have commended President Bola Tinubu for the recent appointment of former Chief of Defense Staff, retired General Christopher Musa, as the Defense Minister. Speaking with Dominion News, they described General Musa's appointment as strategic, with high hopes that the security situation in the country will take a new dimension.
Where he came from, I think it's also a good omen considering his background and all the knowledge he has. He has been speaking about some of the things we should do as a country to be able to tackle insecurity the way he thinks we should tackle it. And now is the time for him to put it into practice, especially with the government in tow and government giving him the necessary support. So I look forward to a better time in our security situation. Expect that his appointment will augur well for Nigeria.
And kudos to him, and it means he's going to work as a business person. If I can have that kind of results in just one week, then that's a good business. So yes, that's a good one, and then personally, I expect more from him because he's someone that's already, even the Senate holds him in high esteem.
One thing that is very fundamental, security must never be compromised. The new Minister of Defense, retired General Christopher Gwabim Musa, happened to be the former Chief of Defense Staff. So when we are talking about military experience, he has it. When you are talking about...
They then advised General Musa to be cautious and not get carried away by the chairs, as there are quite a number of tasks before him. There seems to be an overwhelming show of support for the former Chief of Defense Staff from across the country, owing to his antecedents. As the 2025 Christmas Fiesta of Dominion Broadcast Group, DBG, continues to gather momentum from December 1 to December 24, parents, guardians, and school owners in Ibadan and beyond have been encouraged to allow their children and wards participate in the enriching experience. The management of Dominion Broadcast Group described the experience as highly impactful, adding that such practical exposure helps build confidence, enhances communication skills, and broadens the career outlook of the pupils beyond the classroom. The maiden edition of the DBG Christmas Fiesta, currently ongoing, offers a range of exciting packages, including guided station tours and opportunities to meet seasoned on-air personalities, all at an affordable fee of 3,000 naira. And now to the foreign scene. Democratic Republic of Congo President Felix Tshisekedi has accused Rwanda of violating peace agreements the day after it was signed. In a recent address to Parliament, President Tshisekedi accused his Rwandan counterpart, Paul Kagame, of breaking the deal recently finalized in Washington. He disclosed that barely a day after signing the deal, units of the Rwandan Defense Forces conducted and supported heavy weapons attacks launched from the Rwandan town of Bugarama, causing heavy human and material damage, thereby breaking the ceasefire. A fire broke out at a 7-story building in Indonesia's capital, Jakarta, on Tuesday, with 13 people confirmed dead and some still trapped inside. According to reports, the fire has been extinguished, but efforts to evacuate the building continues. The building is believed to be the office of Terra Drone Indonesia, which provides drones for aerial survey activities with clients in the mining to agriculture sectors. According to company's website, the company secured funding from Japanese drone. Footage broadcast by newsmen also showed dozens of firefighters trying to evacuate the people inside the building to save more lives. Head of the United States Congressional Delegation to Nigeria, Riley Moore, said that the U.S. and Nigeria are moving in the right directions on the security situation. Moore gave the verdict in his expose on the summary of the delegation visit and engagement with government officials, disclosing that a security framework between the two countries is within sight. He thanked the Nigerian government, especially President Tinubu, for rescuing 100 innocent and precious Catholic school children. He also commended the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, for a productive and positive conversation with the U.S. Congressional Delegation to Nigeria. And now to sport. Nigeria's Abdul Mumin Jimoh has produced a near-flawless display to dominate Scrabble Mania 3.0 in Sincor, Monrovia, which underlines his status as one of Africa's top wordsmiths and signaling the continent's growing Scrabble ambitions ahead of the 2026 African Championship. Jimoh finished the tournament with 26 wins and 4 losses, amazing a colossal plus 2-6-1-2 spread, a performance that saw him control proceedings from start to finish. But beyond the statistics, its strength highlighted the maturation of African Scrabble, reflecting the growing competitiveness and structure within the sport. You can visit our website on www.dominion.org.ng to watch us live and interact with us. You can also follow us across our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn at Dominion Broadcast, and on X at Dominion Cast. And that ends the news update on Dominion Television. I am Olusegun Fawale. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.